Douglas Macarthur, and I was born on January 26, 1880. I have two brothers. One of them died when I was 2 years old, and the other one was my lifelong best friend. His name was Arthur Macarthur III. My father's name was Arthur Macarthur II, and my grandfather's name was Arthur Macarthur I. As a young child, I moved around very frequently because my father was in the military. And he served in the Civil War and World War I. As a child, my favorite place was San Antonio, Texas, where I learned how to ride horses, shoot guns, and march. There, I also started public school. I was not a very good student at all. My brother was a very good student. He got straight A's and he was in all honors classes. So I decided I needed to start doing better. So I strived for greatness and I started working harder and studying, and I got into all honors classes also. My brother graduated and he went to a school in Washington, D.C. And my father wanted me to go to West Point. I did not want to go, but he told me that he tried to get in and he did not make it. So I decided I should go. And I put in my test and I made it in. My first year at West Point was very fun, but my second year, I was accused of making a kid drink over a gallon of Tabasco sauce, which resulted in his death. And I told the court I did not do it, and they believed me, so they asked me who did do it. And as a child, I was taught two things: never lie and never tattletale. So I told them all the kids that had already got caught. So I didn't lie and I didn't tattletale. And my third and fourth year were pretty boring. Nothing really happened. But after I got to West Point, World War I erupted. And I got into that with my father. I was served underneath my father in that war, and I got to watch what he did when something bad happened and how he reacted. So he taught me a lot, and after World War I ended, he died, and so did my brother. So I went and spent time with my mother, and I got married and had a son. My son's name was Arthur Macarthur IV. And every morning, me and my son greeted each other with a salute and a march around the bed. And after my son was about 10 years old, I went World War II. After my son was 10 years old, in 1941, America got into World War II, and I was instantly deployed to the Philippines. While I was in the Philippines, me and my men got surrounded by Japanese soldiers. And then I fell back to the West Philippines and set up camp. In the West Philippines, President Roosevelt sent me a letter saying that I was being moved to Australia. I talked to my men about it and they thought I should go. So I got on the ship, and as I was leaving I told them I shall return, and then I was off to Australia. While in Australia I had a meeting with President Roosevelt and we talked about how we could take back New Guinea. And I decided the best strategy was island hopping, that strategy is where you go to each island and then starve them out, and then go in and kill them all and take over the island. And so there was many islands in New Guinea, so I had to go to each island and do that. It was a very long process, but it was very effective. So it took me about 3 years to finish that plan, and after I finished it, the World War II was over. And I went back to the Philippines, and I told my men, I got them out of prison, and I told my men, I have returned by the grace of the Almighty God. While I was in the Philippines, I was elected National Father of the Year, and I wrote a speech called The Father's Prayer. Here are some of the highlights. By profession, I am a soldier, and I take pride in that fact. But I am infinitely prouder to be a father. A soldier destroys to build. The father only builds, never destroys. He will be a son of the Lord. He will be strong enough to know when he is weak, brave enough to face himself when he is afraid. One who will be proud and unbending in honest defeat, and humble and gentle in victory. after World War II ended, I went back home and I had some time to think about what had happened and how I can get the next war over with faster. So, 5 years after World War II ended, the Korean War started. And of course, America had to get into that war. And I wanted to send out 10 nukes. But President Roosevelt said I couldn't, so I sent out 2 nukes, and it did the job. And then the Korean War ended, and I went back to America, and I was a hero. Everybody thought my life was so fascinating. They wanted me to write books and star in movies, and I told them, no, 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 I did not want to do that. And so, about 1964, I decided I would write a book. And 3 weeks after I finished writing my book, I died.
Thank you for coming to Douglas Macarthur.